The Segal Foundation, when Barry started coming to CGI and started to focus on Africa, and then started to focus mostly on NGOs with modest budgets and big ideas, big dreams, and really committed leaders who were creative. That's what I set up the whole CGI to do. I was elated.
And on the last night of the CGI, a friend of a friend invited me to join him and his friend for dinner. And that evening, I met Barry for the first time. And what's sort of funny is, as I met him, he put his hand out, and as he told me, I'm Barry Segal, he said, and I don't have any money to give you. And I said, no problem. Kind of figured that. And we had a lovely evening, and everybody had dinner, and I didn't feel any pressure because the only donor at the table had already told me he had no money. But at the end of the evening, just as we were leaving, I handed him a donor package for the Tanzanian Children's Fund and said, there's a garbage can right over there. You can feel free to throw this out the minute I walk away, but I have to give this to you. And off I went. Sure, I'd never hear from him again. And a few weeks later, out of the blue, we received a very, very generous check from Barry, which was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
And so when we put the work in front of him, Barry cut right to the bottom line and said, how much is this going to cost? And we talked about some ideas. And after lunch, we went back to the meeting. And a couple of hours later, I get a call from Barry, and he wanted me to meet him in the lobby. And he had a napkin. He had done the math. And he wrote down on that napkin what he expected to give to us in the next few years. And I just remember thinking, this is amazing, that someone could sit at a lunch like that and be so bold as to just make a financial commitment like that, like Barry and the Segal Family Foundation have followed through on. And the fun thing was calling my board and telling them that I had this brand new grant that was on a napkin and wondering if it was legally binding or not.
It was incredible how effective a lot of these early grants were, and how many grantees are still with us. And we are more formalized now, but we still have the same philosophy of when we find a great idea to jump on it and commit to it quickly and support the best people doing the best work in Africa.
Directly, Barry and his family put me at ease to introduce the work that we're doing. And what is amazing is to see how authentic Barry is, how much he cares about grassroots organization, how much he cares about Africa, how much he cares about life that is impacting.
Barry Segal always makes time to spend time with his children. And we are so lucky that he has taken all of us, all our projects, all our communities under his wings. And he extends that love beyond his family. What really stood out for me is when Jenna Simon, one of his daughters, stood up at her house, her and Lonnie Simon, her husband, in Maryland, and when Janice introduced her dad, she said, I love what Daddy does. He taught us how to love one another, and I want to be like my daddy. Like, woo! That is every dad's wish, that when you raise children, they can admire you in such a way that they want to be like you. That is a quality that this man right here has exemplified, and an example. He's set a standard for so many people who come to see him, so many people who have worked with him, and I admire him for that. Of course, there are so many jokes I could tell. I will say those afterwards when we are watching World Cup game.
Refreshing to come across someone who is really candid about what they believe in, what they're passionate about, and who they want to work with. And I think that's an amazing quality of Barry, is he really does have that gut instinct for people and organizations.
What is incredible about what you've built, though, is the sense of compassionate collaboration that you've inspired in your team members, in your partner organizations, and around the world in peer funders. Barry, your humble attitude as a leader, your humanism, and your ability to inspire others to do their best is what's affecting so much change around the world right now. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for building the most beautiful family, and thank you for having us be a part of it.
Barry is the vision and the heart behind everything that Segal Family Foundation does. Because of him, there's this community of over 150 organizations that collaborate and leverage their respective resources. Together, they're transforming a generation of young people.
Barry helped me basically get started and scale up my organization. And we are here today thanks to Barry because he's basically our main funder, our biggest funder. And without him, I would never be where I am right now with the organization. Thanks, Barry.
We got a problem, but if we work together, we can solve the problem. Hey, that's Barry Segal's words and actions, and we just want to say thank you, Barry. I've known Barry since 2006, where I met him at the Clinton Global Initiative. In fact, he tried to sit in the Buffett seat, and Susie Buffett threw him out of the chairs. But luckily, it was a lasting relationship with Barry and Dolly and Martin, and now the whole Segal Family Foundation. And we admire your vision. We love the fact that you can bring people together to work on tough problems. Thank you for your support for us in South Sudan, in Uganda, and Liberia. Those adolescent health promoters are on the job because of your generosity. So we want to say a big thank you!
Thank you so much, Mr.
Barry Segal,
for standing
with us
and being counted. We love you